This Snail King had an obsession with crowns. To satisfy his craving for collecting them, he burned, killed, and looted, leaving nothing but chaos behind. First, the snail went to the Mouse Kingdom. Just as the Mouse King stood up to greet him, the snail cruelly ripped open his skull and placed the crown on his own head. After the Mouse King died, his people were left homeless. They wandered everywhere, hoping the snail would take them in. But when the snail saw the mouse subjects at his castle gates, he pulled out a mousetrap with cheese, planning to wipe them all out. High on a mountain surrounded by clouds, the Goat King overlooked everything. When he bent his head to eat grass, his crown slipped off and landed on a cloud. The cloud with the crown poured down heavy rain, and a giant pumpkin soaked in that rain turned into the Pumpkin King. The moment the Pumpkin King woke up, the snail smashed him to pieces and snatched the green crown. But the pumpkin rotted away, and from it came the Fly King. The snail showed no mercy. He grabbed the Fly King and wore his tiny crown as a ring on his finger. Then, a massive Snake King awoke from his sleep. The snail kicked off his crown and killed him with a knife. Next, the snail tried to steal the Fish King's crown, but a crab snatched it first. Enraged by his failure, meanwhile, the caterpillars held a coronation. The Caterpillar King handed the crown to his child and accepted his fate, transforming into a butterfly. The snail launched a tracker and followed the butterfly into another land. But the butterfly carried no crown. Instead, far away, the mountain god war won. The snail turned his castle into a war machine and launched an attack on the mountain god. But it had no effect at all. So he jumped inside the mountain god's crown, where he found a world full of blooming flowers. The strong floral scent made him hallucinate. He raised his knife, cut off his own fingers, and bled to death. His soul then appeared in a room full of kings, all the rulers he had once killed. Death pointed at a seat for him, but the snail's eyes were locked on Death's crown. He climbed onto the table, trying to snatch it, but with just a flick of a finger, Death threw him back into his chair. Still, the snail attacked again and again, and once more Death hurled him back. Realizing he could never take Death's crown, the snail folded a napkin into one for himself, but Death seized it instantly. The snail screamed in madness, and an annoyed Death finally gave him his own crown. The snail rolled out of the room wearing it, and dove straight into the darkness. There, he would remain with the crown forever.